Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Life episode 366. Tis the Season Pass. I am one of your hosts, Brun BJ Swick 33, and along with me is Rob, also known as Presar.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Rob, also known as Presar.
There
Hey,
you
you,
go.
you took my line.
Hey, I like to introduce all the names and stuff and throw you guys off a little bit. Wing is not with us this week. He was out last week, as well as us, but and he was out this week. I think he will be back with us next week. So, and I think we might actually have some giveaways next week, Rob. I'm not.
Just might.
Yes, I didn't know if we were supposed to do something this week or not, but we're gonna just go out and do it next week. So there might be some stuff on the line. So people might want to tune in to the Twitch broadcast, which is at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, which is now. Well, actually, it's 10:14 now, but you know what I mean. So,
Yes.
uh, be possibly here, hang out with us, enjoy everybody's company. Um, so, but yeah. So, welcome, Rob. It's good to be back. Last week,
Yeah,
I had
it's
to
good to
cut
be back.
off. I know I had to. It was last minute. I think I messaged you guys within an hour before the show or a couple hours before the show saying, "Hey, uh, no go today. It's
Yeah.
just not going to happen." And even today, so to give everybody up, bring everybody up to speed, I my board crapped out on me, my mixer, which is what the mixers we use is Behringer. Now I probably just got you know, a bad deal or something. Some pieces or parts went bad in it, and there was a constant humming and hissing sound out of it. So I sent it back, free repair. I'm not paying any money or anything like that, so it's really cool. It was under warranty. Um, but the problem is, it's been gone for like a month.
That seems even longer.
Yeah, it's been gone a
Yeah.
month. It'll be a month and a week, I think, this week. So Wing did hosting duties. And then last week and this week you were supposed to do hosting duties, but then XSplit was hung up on your machine, so I'm doing hosting duties, and I'm hoping that you and I sound exactly the same on levels.
Well,
Because
we tested that yesterday,
yes,
and that was then.
yeah. So
This is now.
hopefully
Proof
we
points.
tested yesterday. It was like midnight. We were on here at midnight last night testing on our my channel. Make sure I see somebody in on in Twitch right now. It's Gunny. Gunny, if Rob and I sound good, let me know. So if you guys are listening with headphones on, sorry if the audio might be a little mixed up because I am not coming through a mixer. So I'm actually adjusting audio through XSplit, which is not the best for anybody that's used XSplit before. So, but I did call. They did find out that I had pieces and parts that were bad. They were trying to order replacements, but they were out of the replacements. So now they're just trying to get Behringer to send me a brand new one. So hopefully I'm getting a new mixer. But then I might be jumping to another company. So because I need insert channels so I can put a limiter gate on here. So,
Hmm.
but pretty cool. All right, so there, everybody's all caught up. All right, so here we go. Gunny Chief,
I
welcome.
lost you. Could you repeat some of that?
Yeah,
I lost you right at the beginning.
yeah. I just want to do. I just one more thing. Since Gunny just popped in, he might have missed it. Come back next week because we're gonna have giveaways. So make sure you're here next week for giveaways. So, all right, Rob. It is time to get going. Tell everybody without fooling me with the list that you have in our sheet right now. Tell me what you've been playing.
Okay. I'm going to preface this a little bit by saying that probably my most anticipated game came out. And that was Tomb Raider last week, not this week or this
Yeah,
past
yeah. And you've beat it already, right?
week. No, I haven't. And I had a really strange experience with that game.
Okay.
Very surprising to me. I started playing it, and it is a fantastic game. Love it. It's got all of the same stuff from the first one or the definitive edition,
Hmm.
and it just takes it to another level. The graphics look amazing. The gameplay is exactly what I want. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. and I'm really liking the story. It's what I expect of a Tomb Raider game. And again, I had a really strange experience with that, and that's that as I was playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, I wanted to play Definitive Edition. Does that make sense to you?
No, I don't know why anybody would play this game at all because both of them are just
Yeah,
horrible.
because actually I shouldn't be talking to you because you haven't even played it.
They're horrible. They're horrible
So
games. There
no,
is no
absolutely.
reason to play. People talking about a game of the year. That's just ridiculous. It's horrible. I'm just saying this right now. I don't mean
Yeah,
any word that I just said because
I know, I
um,
know.
I actually have both of them downloaded on my Xbox One right now, but have yet to play either one.
Yeah, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. But anyway,
Hmm.
so I was reflecting on this a little bit, trying to figure out what was going on. And I think I have it figured out. And that's that I loved Definitive Edition. It was awesome, amazing. I labeled it the game of the year for what, 2013 when it came out. And I loved it last year as well when the Definitive Edition came out. And even though the gameplay is the same, I think what I didn't really like was starting over
Yeah.
because you start over with a really basic. I mean, well, you start off pretty much with no weapons, and then you start off with a basic bow and you start upgrading. And I just got so used to going around in the definitive edition with all my weapons. Granted, I used the bow like 99% of the time anyway, but I had all my different weapons, like the guns. Like I think right at the end, she goes double pistol, which is typical for Laura.
Yeah.
And it was just so, I don't know, it was kind of like a little shock initially. And I played it for a while and I definitely enjoyed it. And then I actually did go back to Definitive Edition. I booted it up. I said, well, you know what? I'm going to go back to this. I'm going to play this for a little bit and try to 100% the levels and such. And there's another shocker with that. I go back and I already did that. I didn't even remember doing it. I was checking all the different levels, 100%, 100%, 100%. I'm like, oh, I denied myself. I was looking to just go through and fast travel through the different levels, but at some point I obviously did that.
Right.
So I looked at a couple of the achievements and I said, nah, I don't feel like doing any of this stuff at the time.
Let me ask you a question then. So you bring up a good point. You're playing this game, and obviously in Definitive Edition, you're getting weapons and you're probably upgrading them in that game
Yes,
as well.
yes,
And then it's like, boom, you're in this game, and you got to start all over.
right.
Is it games like this where you have it's a part two? It's I want to say a linear transition from the first game to the second game. I mean, I know years may have passed in a game or something, based on the story or whatever, because I don't know. But wouldn't you think that it was like, hey, all the work she's done in the first game or whatever should at least transfer over? And maybe if there's new
Yeah,
weapons or an enhancement in the weapon, like you would start with what you've done before, like almost where, I want to go back to like Mass Effect, where some decisions and things that you did. But wouldn't it be kind of nice if it was like, you know what, I had the best bow in the first game in Definitive Edition, and now I'm back to a basic bow. At least it would have been nice to have that bow, and then found out like, hey, there's some new features to this bow, and I have to level those up.
yeah. I mean, that would be nice. However, the way that they did this story, it's the way that it is, where you start off from the basic stuff. I mean, it makes sense
Okay.
because in the first one, she was shipwrecked on an island
Yeah.
and basically built up all of her stuff.
What's
And
this
then
one? Plane crash?
this one, she goes, where's she go? I think up to Siberia,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember
Avalanche.
right. Yeah, there's
Okay.
Avalanche.
All right.
You've probably seen the videos.
Yeah, yeah. I saw. I'm not ruining it. It's something I know, and I haven't even played
Yeah,
the game, so I imagine everybody knows. It was from like the E3 or whatever when they were
yeah,
shown. Yeah, and I see that, but it's a thing in every game, right? And it's kind of like that. The one things that games used to do is like, here we're going to make you as powerful as you can be for the tutorial, and then you're in a plane crash or you're in this and you're in that, and now you're like you don't have anything. You're not that powerful person anymore.
Right.
But it's like, now it's just like, hey, we know you've played this game before and you were like kick butt, the best Tomb Raider possible, but this Avalanche is going to make you to where you're just like nothing, and you have to start from there, and because the starting over from scratch, I know exactly the feeling that you're talking about because it's a feeling that I have in Destiny. If anybody who played Destiny from year one, you maxed out and you got all the way to light level 34, and then they came out with the patch and everything, and and they got rid of like a lot of the exotics and stuff, and it really made you feel like you're starting all over again. It's like I felt like I was a super powerful um, warlock and stuff like that, and then when the patch came out, it was just like, oh, now I'm back to being nothing. And that's
Right.
kind of what I played for a while, but it made it to where I was just like, I don't really want to grind out to become powerful again because I felt like I was before and now I'm not. So
Right.
I know exactly how you feel. So,
Yeah, because there were a couple of let's say like bow enhancements
mm,
that you had where you could shoot, like let's say like a wall, like a wooden wall. So the arrow would penetrate into the wall, and you grab this rope, and then you pull the wall out.
okay.
So there's a couple of sections in the first level
Hmm.
where those walls are there, and then I go up to them and I'm like, sure would be nice if I had that wall thing, that wall arrow, or the rope.
Yeah.
It's a rope arrow
Yeah.
rather.
Yeah.
It sure would be nice if I had that rope arrow that I had a little while ago while I was playing the other game.
Right.
But it's it is a fantastic game, and what I'm talking about is fairly trivial.
Hmm.
And I'm sure that once I get it, if I force myself to play it, I'll be just back in the thick of it and enjoying it.
Cool.
So did play some Tomb Raider Definitive and Rise of the Tomb Raider. And I started revisiting some of the old 360 games that have been released now through the backwards compatibility. And
Okay.
one that I've actually put a lot of time into is Mirror's Edge. So this was a game back from 2008. We were talking about this, man, probably in the first one or two dozen shows, because it came out at the tail end of 2008. And I think we started the show right around August. Is that right? July or August, maybe, of 2008.
Oh, I'm not sure.
So it was one of the early games. I remember that, but I loved that game. And I started playing it in the backwards compatibility mode, and they did a great job in that backwards compatibility mode. It is smooth as silk, as it should be, considering the Xbox One is a lot faster than the 360. But it is, I mean, the game runs flawlessly,
Right.
and um, I know that Catalyst, I think, is the new game that they have. That's delayed until February or later.
Yeah.
And if you can get Mirror's Edge cheap, because I think I picked it up for $5 when it was on sale. It's definitely worth playing on the Xbox One if you can get it on compatibility mode,
Yeah.
to prepare you for a Catalyst.
Yeah.
But
And that's one thing with their backwards compatible or compatibility that they did. It's like now I need to go back and think about those games I wanted to buy.
mhm,
Like I have every Assassin's Creed except for the latest one and Brotherhood. I think Brotherhood is the only one I'm missing. So
okay.
it's like I can go and find Brotherhood physical for like $5 somewhere, but I'm wondering if I can grab it, you know, digital for $5 online or something. Because I would pick it up just to have it. Because I
Oh
have
yeah.
every other Assassin's Creed, and now I'm going to also go back and start looking at games that I own. Because I did do this with Steam. It's like games I owned on 360 that I owned physical
Mhm.
on Steam sales, they would be like $1.50 or something like
It's
that.
worth it.
Yeah, and I'd buy it just to have it digital, even though it's on PC. Like I did that with like Deus Ex. It's like, well, I'm just gonna play it here because it's $4, and I don't have to worry about media anymore. So, but yeah,
Oh yeah. So I guess we'll talk about this a little more in a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I played Mirror's Edge, which is hard. Prepare to fall a lot off these buildings. And what else did I play? Oh, I tried a little bit of Battlefront. That
Star
was
Wars
okay.
Battlefront.
Yeah.
Okay,
So I
I'll be
played.
talking about that in a minute. I'll ask you
Yeah.
some questions.
Okay. I tried it while it was in the that EA Access pre-release,
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
and I did the Crew Wild Run. So I had the Crew, and then they updated it with Wild Run. So if you had the Crew, they updated the graphics, and then Wild Run is basically like an expansion. And have you played the Crew at all?
No.
No.
No, I have not.
So it was a racing game
Hmm.
that had a backstory. And when I went back to try it, I'm like, what happened to this game? This isn't anything like how I remembered it. Up to the point of where I fired it up for a little bit and I'm like, I don't want to play this right now.
Okay.
I don't want to invest the time looking into it.
Hmm.
So it was just confusing. I don't know if they changed it so much from the game before, conceding that hey, the Crew in its original release really sucked.
Hmm.
So let's, you know, update it as much as we can, or what happened with it. But it just seemed like a different game. And I did try the new Need for Speed. Man, I
You said the new Need for Speed, right?
yeah,
Okay.
not Rivals. That's the one that came out about a year ago.
No, I'm talking about the one that's like just came out like a
Yeah,
couple
like
weeks
two,
ago.
3 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah. What I mean, what got you? What makes you hooked into the game? Is it the awesome acting?
Good point.
Yeah, I mean, because if you remember when
Yeah.
Mark and I was talking about it, like I couldn't play it for 15 minutes because of that acting. I mean, that's why I had to stop playing it. It wasn't anything had to do with the cars. Like I know Mark didn't like the feel of the cars or anything like that, but I really
Yeah.
didn't get a good idea of how they felt just because I couldn't put up with the horrible acting that was in that game.
Yeah. It was not over the top. It was just needing improvement, a lot of improvement. So, okay, I'm Need for Speed. I want to talk
Okay,
about it for
okay.
a brief moment here. So, Need for Speed is a fantastic game that I played back in the day when I worked at Circuit City. We had a 3DO game system,
Okay.
and it was super expensive at the time. And Need for Speed was this awesome racing game that was available for it. So we had it at our demo console, and I played it all the time. It was fantastic. My favorite car was the Diablo that was on there.
Hmm.
And it had a certain feel to the game that it was about driving, it was about going fast and
Hmm.
good scenery for the time. Granted, now 15, 20 years later, it's a lot different because the graphics have gone up. The graphics are so much better.
Right.
I saw Hawk like the 3DO version. Very nice, very nice. Nowadays, this game is about something else. They have transitioned off of, I think, what the core of the game was, and they've turned it into kind of like a Los Angeles, I'm going to soup up my Honda Civic type of thing. Whereas before it was about like super fast cars,
Right.
muscle cars, exotics, and such racing. Now it's all about I've got to go to AutoZone and buy my K&N air filter and throw it into my Honda Civic
Yeah.
and put some new rims on it, and I'm going to go and try to race the you know Dodge Caravan at the stoplight. I mean, it is it has a totally different feel, and it was really disappointing. And the acting on it is,
Awesome.
yes, but
Okay.
whatever. I mean, I can appreciate like the first person thing that they did. That was kind of neat. But
Mhm.
the game as a whole has transitioned off of something that I really liked, and it's gone down a whole different area, which is not cool in my book. But the graphics on it are kind of neat if you like driving in Los Angeles in the dark with wet roads. It's I don't know if there's a daytime to it at all. It
Yeah.
just it really reminds me of like the TV shows
Mhm.
that you have. It actually it reminds me of Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
Like Fast and the Furious racing at night in Los Angeles with wet roads because you can't race or you can't film anything on dry roads because I
Right.
guess it look good. So it was disappointing. And probably the last thing that I'm going to mention about it, which was disappointing to me, was it's not Forza Horizon,
Yeah.
which I don't know. I think all of the race games nowadays that I play just seem to get compared to Forza.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Usually get compared to good ones.
Yeah.
So.
So Forza, they have that magic formula for
Mhm.
making a good game. They have the feel that people like or people get used to. And other games like the Crew had this like weird visual to the cars when they would like go down the road and turn and the way that the road spun around. It was real weird.
Mhm.
Again, not like Forza Horizon.
Right.
Maybe I should rank games that way, like moving forward, how close it is to Forza.
All right. For the racing games.
Yeah. But yeah, so enough about Need for Speed. Need for Speed, The Crew, played a little bit of Battlefront. I tried, oh, what is it called? Smite.
Yeah.
I tried that. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought that game was totally different. I thought it was more along the lines of like a Destiny.
Okay.
And
I thought it was
I've,
like
I've
a I thought it's like a MOBA with first person or third person views. I don't know. I've never played it. So.
yeah, it was really just like set. Well, actually, I don't even know what setting it is. There was like gods and such,
Mhm.
and like in tutorial, you start off as this Egyptian goddess kind of character, and you're basically attacking the other character's base.
Yeah. Do you have like a
So
high road, a middle road, and a low road? Like high, middle, and
I don't know. I didn't
left, right,
play it
bottom? Like as
that
far as
far,
paths, that's like a MOBA.
dude. I
Hawk is saying it's a MOBA. So.
okay. I lost interest way before even finding out if it had anything like
Oh,
that.
jeez.
So,
Okay.
so it was just basically you have your base, the other guys have a base, and you go and attack each other's bases. Which, yeah, I guess is I guess that's MOBA.
Yeah. So.
So I shut that thing down fairly quickly,
All right.
and oh man, the new dashboard.
Mhm.
I keep checking to see if there's updates,
Mhm.
but they stopped updates. There's no updates coming until February, from what they're saying.
Okay.
I just got used to checking for updates. Like, ooh, I can update.
Oh.
I'm getting
Yeah. No,
disappointed.
you're up to the latest, just like everybody else is.
Yes, yes, that's right.
So.
But everything's been going pretty good for the most part. The new dash is pretty speedy. There's been a couple of times where I booted up where it's kind of pokey, which
Right.
is very annoying.
Yeah, it is.
That's
So
the
I know what you're talking
one,
about.
yeah, that's the one thing that drives me nuts.
Yeah.
I really don't care if certain things don't work, but if it's not responsive and if I'm pressing something and then it doesn't look like it's working, I'll press it again, I'll press it again, and then all of a sudden like it goes right 6 times.
Yeah. Well, we can
I'm
talk.
just
We have a question and an email about it. We can
okay.
go over it then, because I know what you're talking about on that one too. So.
But oh, and I played Load Runner. That was another. surprise game that was in backwards compatibility.
Okay.
Loved Lode Runner back in the day on the old Apple II and the Commodore systems, and it was much better back then.
All right.
I'm not knocking the remake from about 5 years ago or whenever it was, but yeah, it's another one that was much fonder in memory than it
Yeah,
is.
as most games are when they're
Yeah.
from that far back.
So I think it's about it.
Okay.
Those are the main ones I want to talk about.
All right.
Uh, Over
Well,
to you.
yeah, I have two. I
Two.
have two games that I've been playing. One is Star Wars Battlefront. Um, I'm really okay. I'm having a blast with it. I'm having fun.
Mhm.
It's my type of shooter. Um, Big environments. You know, you can kind of sit back a little bit, catch your breath. I know I kind of said that this same type of thing with Halo 5 when um, playing not big team battle, but now I haven't played it in a while. Now I forget. But the new mode in Halo 5, where I kind of said this a couple weeks ago, like you can sit back and catch your breath, and it's not like 100%, 100 miles an hour, 100% of the time. So Star Wars Battlefront, I play Walker Assault pretty much like exclusively. I've tried. I haven't tried all the new modes yet. So remember me saying this. I haven't tried all the new modes yet, but I really do like Walker Assault.
Okay.
It's I just have fun with it. So I think I'm rank 14 or so right now because I actually started playing it when I could do the same thing you did with the EA access. So if you have EA access, you could start playing it like a week ahead of time or whatever. So that's what I did, and it kept my stats. So I started then and just kept playing. Um, so I had 100%. I was going to play Star Wars Battlefront pretty much this weekend,
Okay.
but I got this email. Okay, and the email is from this company. Man, what's their name? They're called Blizzard. Okay, Blizzard. Have you ever heard of Blizzard?
I know we had a blizzard here in
Uh,
Chicago.
yeah. Well,
It's
Blizzard's
still
this
there.
company that makes games like Diablo, World of Warcraft, Warcraft,
Those are
Starcraft.
overrated.
Yeah, overrated. So they have this game that we've mentioned on our show called. Um, sorry, my wife is getting something off my desk, but she doesn't want to be on camera, so she's crawling behind me right now. um, so they're making this game, which we talked about on the show. It's called Overwatch, and I know they were sending out emails saying, um, "Hey, this is we're going to do a server stress test for this weekend. You are invited." And I'm like, holy cow! I stood up in the office like I just got into Overwatch beta for a stress test this weekend, and I start watching on Twitter, and people are just like, I got in, and some people are like, I never got in. What is going on? So I played that all weekend long and had a blast. The game is so much fun. I just playing with all the different characters and things like that, and learning the ins and outs, and um, seeing like strategies of different people. And I'm telling you what, if you get a good team that knows how to work together, you are unstoppable. The game looks beautiful, and it makes me actually want to
Okay.
go and play the other game that's like Overwatch, by um, the people that make Borderlands.
Oh,
I'm drawing
what
a
is it
blank.
called?
I know that sounds like we talked about it a couple weeks ago. So, um, but yeah, so I played on PC. Overwatch is coming to Xbox One and the PS4 in 2016, as well as the one for the PC. You can't, you do, I mean, you can buy it. I think it's $40 or $60. If you get $60, it's like the more perks you get with it. Because I've always heard it was free to play, but I don't know if that includes every hero or certain heroes are free to play. But I can tell you, if it is free to play and you get a chance to play it, go out and play it because I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. So I I wish I kind of like hope this email comes out tomorrow saying like we extend the beta for another 3 or 4 days because I mean I've
Battleborn.
Battleborn, yeah, it makes me want to go try Battleborn. Like I want to go try. I want to try that game now because I had so much fun on this. The only thing I'd say that's missing, and I don't know if they're going to bring in, is like some stats. Like it doesn't keep stats of like how many kills or deaths that I have per character or anything like that. It does, but it doesn't to where you can go look. So like the only time you can tell if you did better than what you have before is like if you use a character after the game or whatever. But it's really fun. It is really fun. So people that have played it, I'd like to know what you think about it. If you haven't played it, all I can tell you is you got to give it a try. And then also go try Battleborn. I mean, if the games are supposed to be as similar as what they say they are, it was fun. You know, it's fun. It's definitely team objective based, which makes it fun to do. So, oh, good night, bud. Sorry, Jameson was going to bed. Um, but yeah, those are the two games I played, and they
Okay.
were fun.
That's good.
So, I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything or not.
Yeah, it's hard to remember sometimes right at recording time.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I want to say.
Yeah.
There's a game I really want to play. I really want to play. I just
Lego
can't.
Dimension.
No, I just can't drop the money on it right now. Obviously, with Christmas coming and things like that. Um, I want to play Fallout 4. I've been listening to people talk about Fallout 4, their experiences with Fallout 4. I've kind of checked
Yeah.
a little bit on Twitch. I try not to watch it. I really want to play this game, and I know somebody just got a PS4 with Fallout 4 and the Drake collection for $349 or something like that, which is a phenomenal price for that whole setup. And then somebody just got Fallout 4, Fallout 3 backwards compatibility,
Hmm.
and a game of your choice from I think GameStop for $349, which seems pretty interesting. But I want to play Fallout 4. It does look like it's a lot of fun, and people actually right now on Twitch and our chat and Twitch are talking about Fallout 4, saying, hurry up with the show. I got to get back to Fallout 4. So we are going to move along. We will be done. Stay put, Hawk. Don't rush off. You know, we're getting through it. Sorry, jeez. You think he'd want us to talk for 4 hours since we didn't have a show last week. But yeah, that's it.
Did you play Fallout 3?
I played it for a little bit, but you know me.
You're a love him and leave him kind of guy.
Yeah, I'm that type of guy. So, but all right,
You
cool.
can't be held down.
Yep. All right, let's move on. Move into the topics. Did you have anything else?
No.
Okay. Um, oh, they gave you a code for Fallout 3 and you already had it. I'll take it. I'll take it and play it. If you really like our show and you want to contribute to the show, you can go to patreon.com/thisxboxlife to become a patron. That is like a monthly subscription model. Or you can go to twitchalerts.com/donate/thisxboxlife. Twitch Alerts is we got emails. Twitch Alerts is 100% free now. So what it was is Twitch Alerts used to take like 1% of all donations. Similar to Patreon, they take whatever you pay monthly, they take a little bit out of that. So I'm interested because we don't have any hard set perks on Patreon. Like we do have to get people on the show who paid a certain level per month or whatever. But I don't know, man. It sounds like if you get 100% of what people donate through Twitch alerts, you think that would be the best route to go? Because I don't know what the percentage of what Patreon takes out of the monthly cost of donate. So that'll be interesting to do. But we do have those two options, and nothing is expected. But we do appreciate any help and all the help we have been given because, I mean, the community's great. You guys are awesome. So we can't thank you enough. So, yeah, that's that. So on to the roundtable. So if you noticed our background this week on the show, and for people who are listening this at a later point in time, I have the old Blades system set up as our background image. And the reason why I did that is because the Xbox 360 turned 10. I want to say it was yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, but I know like here in the last few days the Xbox 360 turned 10 years old. Can you believe that? That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's just amazing that it's been that long.
Yeah. And I started podcasting before I even owned a 360. So I think I started podcasting and then shortly after that went to get my 360 because
Yeah.
I didn't get it till like a year after it was out, similar to my Xbox One.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10 years old. That's awesome. I mean,
And not to take away from that, but today, November 22nd,
uh-huh.
which is the day we're recording, that's the 2-year birthday for the Xbox One because it
Xbox
came
One.
out on November 22nd, 2013.
Nice. Happy birthday.
Happy double birthday.
Yes. But yeah, pretty cool. So yeah, our background image is the old Blade system, and I'll tell you what, you look at that now and do you wish you could just go back to that because there's like no ads and how fast it was. And
Oh
I
yeah,
mean, what would that UI be, like 100K of memory?
probably.
And now the one we got now is like 4 gig. So, but yeah, very cool. Happy birthday.
Yeah, there was a really cool article that was posted on our Facebook group.
Hmm.
Said how Xbox 360 dominated a decade.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
from GameSpot.
Hmm.
Definitely check that out. It is such a cool read. It tells you all about how the console got started
Hmm.
and everything. Definitely check it out.
Right.
But yeah, 10 years. Wow.
So,
So, wait. So 10 years ago it came out. So that was what? 2005? November 2005. And we've been podcasting now for
we've been
7 or 8
we've been
for this
podcasting.
show. This
This
show.
show's 2008. I think October 2008.
No, it was late summer because my son was about 5 weeks old when we started.
Oh, I just remember. I thought I went back and it said October. So.
No, it was earlier,
Oh, okay.
definitely for sure.
I think it was
And
2008 though.
yeah, and then you guys did, I think, 86 episodes of the other show,
60
just over
something.
a
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
80.
Well, I did 60 something.
Ah, okay.
They did 80
Oh,
because
that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
when they were finishing up, that's when I created this Xbox Life and the site and stuff, and we went from there.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, happy birthday, actually, to both systems.
yeah, very cool. All right, so roundtable. So we don't really necessarily have a roundtable topic. We've been obviously talking a lot during this show and just kind of going at it, but I did want to give a couple updates, and then we had some, I think, Black Friday stuff we wanted to mention or kind of pinpoint maybe some of the cool stuff we saw in there. Um, but we talked about Rainbow Six Siege Season Pass a couple weeks ago. We
Yes.
weren't, there's this whole thing of Mark went through all the DLC that's coming out for that game and how all the maps and everything were free. Like, they were all coming out, they were free. So we were wondering what the whole season pass was going to be. And so they came out and released an update on what you're getting. So I wanted to rattle this off, and Mark actually said, "You guys, you better rant for me." So the season pass that you get it with like the limited, the gold edition of the game. Now the gold edition of the game is $89.
Whoa.
So that's $30 more than a regular game. So you imagine the season
Okay.
pass is $30.
Yeah.
So we're just going to say that season pass $30.
Okay.
The season pass year-long premium membership includes the following: 7-day exclusive access to 8 all-new operators that you can instantly add to your roster.
Hmm.
So sounds like you get early access to the 8 operators, and you basically get to unlock them for free. So free unlocks. Uh,
So you basically get it 1 week before everybody else gets it that didn't pay the money, right?
right.
Okay.
And you get to unlock it for free. So instead of earning up points to unlock it, you get to unlock it for free. So okay, we're gonna put a little line over in this side of the box that says pay to win. All right, so we're in one thing for pay to win. Exclusive season pass porter weapon skin. So you get a weapon skin.
One word. One word I got for it. Garbage.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Safari bundle of 5 weapon skins. Six
5 pieces of garbage.
Yeah, 600 rainbow credits that can be used to purchase additional in-game content. So that 600 credits that you get there, you don't have to earn it, and you don't have to use them to unlock the operators, because if you own this, you can already unlock the operator. Okay, got me so far. So
Yeah.
you are paying for early access for something everybody gets, and you get to unlock it for free. You're getting 6 weapon skins, 600 points so far to purchase in-game thing. 5% permanent renown boost to speed up progression. So you get a 5% XP boost, because renown is kind of like their XP is what I say. Permanent XP boost. You get a 5% permanent XP boost.
Okay.
And then this is the one thing I think Mark couldn't talk about. But after this season pass stuff came out, he kind of said this is what I was wanted to say is 5 daily challenges instead of the standard 3 for more rewards. So, um, um, so there's 3 daily challenges. It's kind of like what a daily challenge is. You do it, you get rewards and stuff like that. So you
Yeah.
get 5 instead of 3. So you're getting 2 more
Two
daily
extra.
challenges, 5% permanent XP boost, 600 points, 6 weapon skins, and exclusive 7 days to the new operators, and you get to add them to your roster for nothing. All for $30. This is the saddest thing that I've ever seen. Because they should have just got rid of they should have just gotten rid of the season pass. Gave people back their money if people bought it already, because there is no reason to purchase this. Because everything that they're talking about doing, you can do for free, except for the daily challenges and a 5% speed or 5% boost. That's just ridiculous. You're going to pay $30 for that? I don't understand it. You're not getting any content. Weapon skins. You're getting 6 weapon skins. But it's just crazy. It's crazy to ask people for money. I mean, you might as well just ask people like, "Hey, we need money. Can you give us some money, please?" I mean, you know, "Hey, I need money. Can you send me money?" Because I will give you a weapon skin if you send me money, please.
Yeah.
Um, but that's the season pass. That's the details on it. I can't believe this is what they're doing. They should just give people their money back and not have a season pass. That is completely ridiculous. This is almost as dumb as the pre-order thing for Deus Ex or whatever that they end up canceling.
Oh yeah, that's right. With the multiple tiers
Or
or
well, I think it was Deus Ex,
based
wasn't it?
on it was the game that had different content based on how many people bought into it or something like
Yeah,
that.
and then you
Is
could
that
get it
how it
on a
went?
Friday if everybody went up. I forget which game it was. All right, but this is like right up there with that. They might as well just cancel it. So there you go. That's what's in that season pass. It's completely ridiculous. The next thing I wanted to hit on was the Star Wars Battlefront season pass. Now, I mentioned earlier, I am loving Star Wars Battlefront. It's good. It's fun. Um, I actually kind of go off and to the Facebook group. People are talking about how they want to get it, but they don't want to get it right now. They think they're they want to wait for it to get to like $40 or something like that. And I put in there, I'm like, you know what? What they're saying makes complete sense. Now, this game, to me, would have been nice to be a little bit cheaper because without the, people want to say without the first-person story mode and stuff like that, is it worth $60? To me, I think you buy a game, you buy a game. I don't know if I would play too much of the story mode. I'm not sure. That's not me. I don't know. But I could see how $40 would be probably that sweet spot for this game. Because when I said earlier, hey, remember when I say this, I said I haven't played all the modes yet. There's like 12 modes in that game. And I've played one, really. Maybe two. But I went back to Walker Assault. That's the one I'm having a blast with. So, like, I haven't even played all the new, like, every single one of the modes that are in there.
Right.
So, I'm paying $60 for one mode and 3 maps, if you think about it. But, yeah, people talk about that sweet spot. As far as me playing it, if you guys aren't, like, dying to go play it, but you want, I can recommend buying it. But for anybody who's waiting for it to go on sale, I completely say, hey, that's probably the best thing to do. Like, you don't have to run out and go buy this right now. You're not going to be behind. Don't have to worry about stuff because I think like two or three of the best guns in the game unlock at level 3. So you're going to be okay. People aren't going to get ahead of you.
Wait, are you saying for the season pass to go on sale?
No. The game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing about the season pass. This season pass is $49, $50 for this season pass.
It's actually 10% off right now, 44.99.
Yeah. Well, and I think you get another 10% off if you're EA Access or something like that.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. So the season pass. Expand your galaxy with Star Wars Battlefront Season Pass. Get 4 upcoming digital expansion packs filled with all new content that will take you to new locations far away. Act now to secure 2-week early access to each expansion pack and exclusive Shoot First emote. The expansion pack will release in early 2016. Stay tuned for more details. Now, what I heard in this is that there's going to be like, let's say 4 epic expansion packs, new content, and the galaxies. There's going to be some new maps. I think 4 new maps on each expansion, so it's going to be like a total of 16 new maps. You're going to get more of the cards. There's going to be 4 more heroes that are added. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's what the pass includes. 4 epic, I already said that. 20 new pieces of galactic tech, including weapons, vehicles, and star cards for both Rebels and Imperials. 4 more heroes and villains for you to fight as or against.
Okay.
4 exciting new game modes. So 4 new game modes. 16 additional multiplayer maps featuring new locations. And the exclusive Shoot First emote. So...
Did you mention the 2-week early access?
Yeah, to each expansion pack, you get it 2 weeks early. $50. Now, EA, with both Battlefield and Battlefront, their season passes have been $50. I know this because I bought the Battlefield 4 one on day 1, and then the game was crap for 7 months. Okay, so I'm well aware. Now, this game is not crap. It's fun. It's worth it. If you want to jump into season pass, it's completely up to you. But I think what they're saying is each pass or each of the things is going to be $15. So essentially, over the long run, you're going to save yourself $10.
Okay.
Here's what I caution you with on this one. Season Pass has a great content. Now, I will say the content for Battlefield 4 was fantastic, completely worth the money. That when the game got fixed, and they're still releasing stuff, and they're releasing it for free. With this season pass here, all I can say is I've played one mode for the entire time that I've played. I think your level cap caps out at 50. So if they don't increase the level cap, you're paying. You're going to be playing and not going anywhere. You're going to be playing to upgrade weapons and things like that. This is one of the ones where I don't even know if I'll be playing it by time the second or third expansion comes out. So I may buy the first expansion for $15. I may buy the second one for $15, and then if I don't buy the third and fourth, I've just saved myself $20. You know what I mean? Save
Yeah.
myself $20. Plus the season pass. By the time if I ever come around to it, hey, it might drop to $30, $20 on sale or something here and there. Because all I can say is, if you look at the lineup for February, March, April, May, things like that, there's a ton of games coming at the beginning of the year. And to think that I'm going to be spending all my time in Battlefront, I can't say I will or will not. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I can't. I don't think it's worth buying the season pass for this right now, just because of that reason. I don't know if this game's going to have that longevity of, let's say, a Battlefield. So caution. That's the only caution I can give you on this season pass. Is it does look like at least they've given you your content with their history. I'm going to say it's probably going to be good. But it's one of those things with all the games coming, like the Division. When the Division comes out, I'm going 100% at that game because I cannot wait for that. But you have Quantum Break and everything like that coming. It's just crazy to drop another $50, a whole entire game basically on a season pass, which you may or may not be playing at the time by time that fourth thing comes out. And I speak on that by experience with Battlefield. I hardly played any of the third expansion or the fourth expansion in Battlefield, and I've have over 200, 220, 260 hours in that game. But I play all content from like the first two season passes. So, but
It's a big ask.
yeah,
You
I
know, it's
know. Yeah, and it's just like, and really, it's like speak with your wallet on this, because if a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people are going to buy the $50 season pass, but it's just like, why is theirs $50? Theirs is $50 with content. You have a $30 one with early access to content that you can get for free. What's the deal with these things? It's just like, man, lay off a little bit. If you can't make a season pass for $20, don't make one. And somebody in the chat said, who was it? Said $30 is a sweet spot. Oh, it's you. I think Gunny Chief was saying it's $20 too much. $30 is that sweet spot. Not like $30 for this season pass, Star Wars season pass. I would say that is completely worth it. But you're right, it's $20 too much. Definitely when there's another season pass for $30 and you don't get anything except for 5 skins. So, but all right. Anything on that? You good to go?
yeah.
All
Just
right.
it just amazes me that bundled together, it's $110
For one game.
for one game. Yeah,
One game. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and their first pack. Here's the other thing is, and why they're probably building DLC within it's not stuff that it could have been on the disc and they've pulled off for DLC or anything like that. Most likely it's they started on it a while ago, but it's like it's already. Here's the problem. Here's another problem with EA. Already early 2016. So what's that? January, February, that DLC is going to drop. For people that don't own it versus people that own it, you've already split your player base. You got one side or the other. And then when the second pack comes out, you got 3 splits. Because you got the players that don't have any of them, the players that have one of them, and the players that have both of them, or have the season pass. So it's like you keep splitting. Not like you're not going to find matches to play in, but it's just kind of crazy when you do something like that. But
Yeah.
all right. So, Rob, you posted in Facebook about Black Friday deals.
Yes.
And it seems like Black Friday's been going on since like October. So, all shopping and stuff for Christmas all starts in I think July or something, like July 5th. Right after July 4th in the U.S. is when you're supposed to start shopping for Christmas now. Forget any other holiday and stuff that goes on until then. Um,
May as well not even stop. As soon as, let's say, the 26th rolls around, that's when you start for the next year.
yeah, it's funny. Like for people who are not here in the states, we have Black Friday because that's when everybody goes out and shops and companies go into the from the red into the black, so it's Black Friday. Um, but it used to be like all the deals are on Black Friday, 5 a.m. Our doors open 5 a.m. on Black Friday. Come get all the sales. And then it was like our doors open on midnight, Black Friday. Come and get all the sales. And then it was like our doors. Each year it's like our doors open at 10 p.m. Thanksgiving night for Black Friday. Come get all our deals. And then the 2 years ago was 8 o'clock. Last year was 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving. This year it's 5 o'clock. So it's like they moved. They were going 2 hour jumps, and now they're an hour jump. So if you want to get Black Friday deals, you have to go and be ready at the doors at 5 p.m. Thanksgiving Day for Black Friday deals, which means you're not getting there at 5 a.m. You're standing in line from like noon, 8 a.m. So pretty much don't go spend time with your family at Thanksgiving. Forget Thanksgiving, forget your family. You need to get $10 off those Christmas socks.
Yeah.
So, and it's just absurd. I mean, I don't even know why we have any holidays other than, Christmas. It's just Black Friday should start, like I said, July 5th, right after the 4th of July. So, but we have some Black Friday deals on Xbox. Won't you give us some rundowns of the good ones? We don't have to do all of them, or else we'll just be reading for 2 hours. But what jumps out at you?
So yeah, there was quite a bit on that list, and I think if you are, I don't know, like the typical person that's on our Facebook group and such, typical listener, you probably have a lot of these already. So that kind of makes us not as good, maybe. But let's see, a couple of things that just stand out, and this is going off of my taste in games, I guess, is Borderlands Handsome Collection is a little bit over half price off. Dark Souls 2, a bunch of the EA Sports titles. Evolve is on there, along with Digital Deluxe Hunting Season 1 and 2. I don't even know if anybody even plays that game anymore.
I said the good ones. The good ones.
Yeah. Forza Horizon 2 has a bunch of content on there, including the car pass. There's a Forza and Gears twin pack on there. I remember seeing that on the dashboard. Forza Motorsport Standard 6 Standard Edition is out there,
hmm
but it's not discounted very much. So the normal price for non-gold is 10% off, and then it's 17% if you're gold. So I think it wound up being what, like $40? I mean, 40 something or 50. Grand Theft Auto 5 is on there. Halo Master Chief Collection, a bunch of the Lego games. Those always seem to be on sale.
Right.
There's the Batman 3 Jurassic World. Um, More Madden, Mortal Kombat. That's typical. That stuff's always on sale. A bunch of those really goofy oddball games like Nova 111.
Right.
Um,
Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor. I
yeah,
know. I know. Mark didn't really like that game, but I know that it was hit or miss. The Game of the Year edition's like
yeah.
$50 or 50% off, 50 to 40. So,
Trials Fusion,
oh yeah.
Telltale Games Collection is on sale again. 67% off if you're gold. And there's a bunch of stuff also for the 360. And what's cool about some of these 360 titles is that they're super cheap and they're backwards compatible. So there's about half a dozen games that were backwards compatible. including Assassin's Creed 2, Beyond Good and Evil, Borderlands. So it's the original Borderlands. That one's backwards compatible. If you don't have, actually, the Handsome
Check.
collection has Borderlands 2, doesn't it? I think it's
It
2.
was everything but one, I
Yeah.
think.
So you can get one on the backwards compatible if you want. Castle Crashers is in there, Gears of War, Mass Effect. $5 for Mass Effect. That's super cheap. Prince of Persia is on there, Secret of Monkey Island, Titanfall, Red Dead Redemption. These are titles now that are not backwards compatible. Portal 2, LA Noir, the Grand Theft Auto 4. Let's see, Fallout New Vegas. Although I think Fallout New Vegas, isn't that one backwards compatible? I
I don't
thought it
know.
was. I thought it. Oh, no, no, no. I'm thinking of the other. The Tom Clancy Vegas game. What was it? You remember what that one was called?
Wh-
No,
which one?
the Tom Clancy game,
Well, there was like 500 of them.
the one that was Vegas. That's the one that's backwards compatible. Never mind.
Oh, well, there's Vegas and Vegas 2 that are both backwards compatible.
Yeah,
Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Rainbow Six. That was it. And one thing that I wound up getting is that Bioshock, Bioshock 2, and Bioshock Infinite. They're $5, $5, and $7.50 accordingly. Those are coming to backwards compatibility.
Okay.
So at $5, they're definitely worth it just to get the digital version because they're really cool games. So I actually got all three of those in anticipation for that, for them coming soon. And I think that's about most of them, isn't it? Most
Yeah.
of the good ones, at least.
Yeah, I think so.
So whenever these sales come out, definitely keep an eye out on the 360s as well, because
Mhm.
that's some really good gaming that can be had on the cheap. And
Mhm.
if you've had an Xbox forever, a game that you played like 8 years ago is going to be pretty fresh.
Yeah.
If you play it again, it's you're going to remember some stuff, but most of it is going to be experiencing it almost for the first time.
Yeah. The one thing on there is it's with the Red Dead Redemption. I'm waiting for them to make that backwards compatible. I really wish they will because those three are like that and the Undead Nightmare or whatever. It's like 75% off. Like that right there, I want to own digital, but it's really only worth owning digital if it's backwards compatible because I have the
Right,
disc. So,
right, right.
um, so
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. So yeah, a lot of good stuff on there. Well, actually, a lot of decent stuff.
right.
And do you know if they're going to add some more stuff later on?
I think they are. I'm
I
not
thought they were.
100% sure.
I thought I recall seeing something like that they're going to add it, on the 27th or whatever, which might be Friday.
Okay.
Or maybe they'll change the prices. Who knows? Oh, and
Right.
if you're a silver member, you can get gold for 1 month for $1. So
Okay.
if you just want to get a bunch of titles and save some cash, get the dollar to get the additional discount, or get the dollar to get gold for the month so you can get the additional discount on the games, would probably be worth it if you buy a couple of titles. So
Okay.
yeah, that's it.
All right. Let's see. Next we have our community, but before we get to that, because we do have an email this week, head out to cafepress.com for our Black Friday deals. No, I'm just kidding. For to go out there if you want to, stocking stuffers of this Xbox Life stuff, you can go out to cafepress.com/this Xbox Life. So, and get some stuff there. But all right, So, community. Multiple ways to get a hold of us. You can email us to contact at thisxboxlife.com, which Naughtius Maximus did, and I'll have Rob read his email here in a second. You can send us a voicemail by going to thisxboxlife.com. Over on the right-hand side, I'll say send voicemail. Click that, follow the prompts, send us your voice. We'll put it in the show, and we'll answer your question, or yeah, to do the best we can on whatever you are talking to us about. You can go to twitter.com/thisxboxlife to read tweets and send us messages. And the big one is obviously Facebook, because that is where our group is located. Over 400 and something members on there. I don't know the exact number, but you go there, facebook.com/groups/thisxboxlife. It is closed. It's a closed group. We just kind of vet you a little bit. We check your check your posts, see what you are. We've had some requests this week. We have accepted them. I'm not sure if we might have rejected one or not. We do look at what you have in your profile and kind of what your taglines are. So if you're dropping cuss words in the tagline of your profile, you probably going to get rejected, because the one thing about our group is we're all adults, we're all gamers. Well, young adults up to older adults. Very respected. We're very respectful in our group, and that's the best part about it. And it makes everybody awesome, and everybody's really cool gamers and stuff like that. So we do kind of pay close attention. That's why it's closed in the first place, is because it was open. And I think we got a bunch of people that came in and were just causing problems. So Mark closed it, kicked them
like
all.
Our employers.
Yeah, closed them and then kicked them all out, and we went on from there. So, yeah, so Facebook is the big place. And also on Xbox Live, I mentioned my friends list. It's like, hey, if you invite me to my, add me to your friends list, send me a message. Because this follows stuff, it's just like, I have to go and keep checking. And I was like, send me a message. Say, hey, this is so-and-so. I listened to the show, and you asked, if I send you a message, you add me to your friends list. I got one of those this week. I added it and sent a message back like, hey, what are you playing? What are you currently playing? So maybe we can get together and play some games. So I like playing games with people in the community. I mean, there's the regulars that we play with all the time, but it's nice to play with new people that are just listening to the show and stuff like that, because it's nice to reach out and say hi to people that listen to the show. But okay, so back to the email.
All right.
And
So,
have at it.
all right. So this is from Naughtius Maximus. Has anyone else been experiencing bugs since the forced push of the new Xbox experience? I've seen two consistent ones. Number one, when I try to play any video on any streaming application, movies and TV, ABC, sci-fi, and just of the few that I've tried with the same result, I get a few seconds of good stream and then either green screen with audio or frozen in place video that jerks back and forth over a fraction of a second of one scene. Number two, when I press and hold the Xbox button to turn off my controller, sometimes the controller just goes off on its own without giving me the option to turn it or the console off. Sometimes the window will pop up and then immediately disappear behind whatever is the active window. And that's it.
Okay.
Have you experienced those?
I have not experienced. Okay, so the thing with the controller, I think I had once, but it wasn't that a box popped up at all. It was that it didn't. It's not that it popped up and went away. It just didn't pop up at all, and my controller just shut off. And I
think
can't.
I got that too.
Yeah, I can't tell you what I was actually doing beforehand. The other thing is I've turned my Xbox off and it wouldn't turn off. So let's call it like hitting the power button and it was just making the noise and not doing anything. I actually think I had that happen before the thing before the new dashboard as well. But the thing I've noticed, and we've said it before, and we kind of always say it's faster, and I was kind of elaborating a little bit last show what I mean by faster. It's like faster to get to from point A to the point where I want to be, which is, starting my game with an Xbox Live party with my friends invited. That the time to do that now is so much shorter than what it used to be. But my one annoyance that I have is the same thing that Rob talked about. Is usually on first boot ups and things like that. Is I'll hit left and then I'll be like, okay, it's not doing anything, so I'll kind of hit left again, and then it pops out, or I'll double hit the Xbox button and it doesn't seem like anything's happening, so then I'll hit it again, and what it does is it opens and then it closes because it's
Yeah.
performing both actions, and things like that. Um, that stuff I've had, and it usually seems like right when you fire it up, in my mind, is typically when it's happening. Um, but the one thing I'm wondering is if a clean install fixes a lot of stuff. And I'm not in the point in time where I want to do one, but I eventually will, probably next year. I usually wipe out and do an Xbox reset and let it just do everything. And then, of course, all my games are on another drive, so I can just sign in, plug in the drive, and boom, I'm off and running. But just to get that fresh install would be kind of nice. So, but my hard drive has nothing but the OS on it, so I can't really say it's because my hard drive's full or anything like that. I think it just has some performance issues.
Wasn't there a way you could delete the cache? I thought I remember seeing something, some procedure that you could do
There probably is,
to
but you know
improve
how
things.
Windows is, clean install versus upgrade. I mean, there's always things stuck in places, you know what I mean? And so, but
I wonder if it would be worse for somebody that had like they were part of the preview program. I almost said insider. If part of the preview program because you got upgraded a couple times a week
mhm.
over a couple months.
Yeah,
I mean, would somebody that was on the old system and got upgraded
just
to the new
once.
dash once, would they be better off?
Probably be better off than what we are. Um because we went through multiple cycles like you said. And that's kind of why I want to do maybe, you know, do a fresh install, but we will we will see. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
and I've never had those streaming issues personally because I don't stream on my
I
Xbox.
don't either. I
I
don't
do it
either.
on Roku usually.
So,
Um, and with that turning off business with the controller, there was one time that I remember something funky happened. I figured I just did something wrong. I wasn't really paying attention. And I
right.
remember having to turn my controller back on and then turn the system off again.
Hmm. Okay.
But that was just once.
All right.
But yeah, good points. I'm sure there's going to be a couple weeks, months, or whatever that it's just going to take us a little bit of time to get used to things. And I'm sure there's going to be a pretty good update coming out in February because they don't want to touch anything over the holiday season. So I'm sure they're logging any issues and we'll get them all at once in February.
Mhm. Cool.
Right?
All right. So that's it with user questions and community. Um, I guess what is next is new releases.
Yeah, it looks like there's only one thing coming
mhm.
out this week for both systems. Minecraft Story Mode Episode 3, The Last Place You Look. I'm really surprised at how quickly they're coming out with these.
Yeah, same here. I just thought like one just came out last time we recorded. Almost it felt like so.
Yeah, because one came out, and I want to say that episode 2 dropped probably within 2 weeks.
Yeah. And that's always true. You usually find things in the last place you look. So it's like no matter where you go, there you are.
Okay.
Yeah, funny quotes. So,
All
but
right.
all right, cool. So Black Friday deals, stuff going on sale, buying presents for people after Thanksgiving because that's the next holiday on the calendar here in the U.S. Um, where is a good place they could do all their shopping online and also help out the show?
Well, there's only one place that they could do that, and that is Amazon.com. Make sure to go to www.thisxboxlife.com and click on the Amazon link at the right side of the homepage there. That'll take you to Amazon.com where you can show all your friends and relatives how much you love them by buying them as many gifts as you can.
All right.
And by going there to our website and clicking our affiliate link each and every time that you do your shopping purchase, you can support your favorite podcast at the same time.
Right. Is
And
the is the quick
what?
link does the quick link this xboxlife.com/Amazon, is that for US only, or does that
It's
pick?
US only. Yeah.
Okay, so if you're in the US and you want a short link, you can do this xboxlife.com/Amazon. So if
Yes.
you're anywhere else, if you go click the button, it will figure out where it needs to send you.
Yes.
So,
And if you're on iTunes, make sure to find this Xbox Life on iTunes. And if you can do us a favor, please rate us on there. Give us a little review and rate us 5 stars. The more 5-star reviews that we get, um, the more it bumps us up in the rankings of iTunes and helps us get noticed by more and more people.
yep, very cool. All right,
That is all.
that is all. So, about an hour and 20-minute show. So, thank you guys for listening. Thanks for coming out. To everybody that's in the chat, I see some new names, which is always nice. We appreciate it. We're here every Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then also, uh, replays are on Twitch and YouTube. And the audio only podcast is put out on iTunes and the Google Podcast Place now. All your fun, uh, you know, podcast services. So, but all right. Anything else, Rob?
No, no.
All right. Hopefully, everybody, it's all three of us back next week. Everybody in the U.S. who celebrate Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. We will see you next Sunday. So with that, I am Brun BJ Swick 33.
I'm Rob, also known as Presar.
Everybody have
It's,
a good
yeah,
night.
good night.